Welcome back to today's episode. The OHG, General Commercial Partnership or Offene Handelsgesellschaft. This is yet another episode of the Red Jacket Lawyer, so me, providing you with guidance on German law in English. If you like what we are doing, please like and subscribe. If you've got questions or comments, please let us know and we will do our best to accommodate your feedback. Now back to the OHG, General Commercial Partnership. Simple structure, unlimited risk. In this video, we look at the Offene Handelsgesellschaft, usually abbreviated as OHG. In English, it is commonly described as a General Commercial Partnership. The basic definition is found in section 105 of the German Commercial Code, HGB, the Handelsgesetzbuch. An OHG is a partnership established to operate a commercial business under a common business name, where none of the partners has limited liabilities towards the partnership's creditors. The last point is the defining feature. Every partner is personally liable in full. An OHG normally requires at least two partners. There is no statutory minimum capital, and the partners should conclude a partnership agreement regulating their contributions, voting rights, management powers, profit distributions, withdrawals, the admission of new partners, and what happens when a partner leaves. Particularly the last point, in conjunction with money, is a common bone of contention. The partnership agreement generally does not require notarization, so you can draw it up between the two of you. However, legal assistance is strongly recommended. Special formalities, however, may apply where, for example, real estate is contributed towards the partnership. The OHG must be registered in the German Commercial Register under section 106 of the HGB. Its business name must contain the words Offene Handelsgesellschaft or the corresponding abbreviation OHG. Under section 123 HGB, the OHG normally becomes effective towards third parties upon its registration and entry in the register. However, where it begins participating in legal transactions earlier, with the consent of all partners, it may become effective even before registration. Small businesses, asset management partnerships and, where professional law permits it, partnerships of professionals can voluntarily become an OHG by registering under section 107 HGB. In those cases, registration is what gives the partnership OHG status. The OHG is notably not a corporation. Nevertheless, it is legally capable. Section 105, subsection 2, confirms that it can acquire rights and incur obligations in its own name. The OHG therefore owns its business assets, enters into contracts, and may bring or defend court proceedings independently from its varying partners. Internally, the partnership agreement is decisive. Section 108 HGB expressively allows the partners to depart from most of the statutory rules. Where the agreement does not provide otherwise, resolutions generally require the approval of all voting partners under section 109 HGB, and the ratio is easy. Everybody is liable, so nobody should be liable in law for something he does not agree with. Management is governed principally by section 116. By default, all partners are entitled and obliged to manage the business. Each managing partner may normally conduct ordinary business alone, although another managing partner can object before the transaction is carried out. Transactions going beyond the ordinary course of business require resolution of all partners, see above, and management must be distinguished from representation. Management concerns the internal question of who is authorized to make business decisions. Representation concerns the external question of who can legally bind the OHG towards customers, banks, employees or other third parties. Under Section 124 HGB, each partner may normally represent the OHG alone, unless the partnership agreement provides otherwise. Joint representation, so two or more partners together, can be agreed and entered into the commercial register. However, internal restrictions on the scope of a partner's authorities generally cannot be relied upon against third parties. A partner may therefore bind the OHG externally, even though the transaction breaches an internal approval requirement. The partner may then be liable internally to the partnership or the other partners. The central risk appears in Section 126 HGB. Every partner is personally liable and jointly liable for the partnership's debts. A creditor may thus claim against the OHG, against an individual partner, or against several partners jointly. Liability is unlimited and extends to each partner's private assets. Internal agreements limiting liability do not bind external creditors. Correspondingly, a new partner must be particularly careful. Under Section 127, someone joining an existing OHG is also liable for obligations created before joining. A due diligence review of existing loans, contracts, tax liabilities, guarantees and legal disputes is therefore essential. Profits and losses are calculated through the annual accounts under Section 120 and 121 HGB. Section 122 then gives each partner a claim to payment of their determined profit share, subject to certain protections for the partnership. The OHG is therefore very flexible, has no minimum capital requirements and can operate directly through its partner without a separate management board. But, and that's important to notice, this simplicity comes at a potentially high price. Unlimited personal liability, extensive authority of individual partners and potential liabilities for debts created before a partner joined, i.e. debts created by someone else that you don't necessarily know about. For businesses seeking partnership flexibility but limited liability for at least some participants, the Kommanditgesellschaft or KG may thus be the better choice, and it is the logical next structure to consider. We will do this in one of our next videos, so stay tuned and get in touch if you have any questions meanwhile. All the best!